My dear children, today is your revision class of variations in psychological attributes. You already know various topics under this chapter. Now first, individual differences. We can't compare one person to another. Yes, because individuals' personality, aptitude, interest, attitude, beliefs, values all are different. Someone is type A personality, some other type B personality. So we can't compare individual differences. And next, situationism. That means situations, circumstances are important factor of our behavior. Situation, can change our behavior. Just corona situation and the pandemic situation just change our behavior. And next, assessment. So, assessment is the first step of measurement of psychological attributes. Assessment means measurement. Yes, and measurement of various kinds of psychological attributes. And various kinds of assessment. One is formal, other one is informal. And formal means we use objective and standardized measurement and no subjective biases are present. But informal, subjective biases are present. And for assessment, and we use various kinds of methods. We use psychological testing is important, and through psychological testing we can identify or find out individuals' ability, skills and characteristics, and differ also individual to individual. And we know various kinds of psychological tests also. And intelligent testing also, individual test, group test, verbal test, non-verbal test, culture fear test, culture bias test. There are various kinds of intelligent test. And now, and other methods, observation, interview, case studies, self-report. And self-report we use to find out factual informations of an individuals. Yes. And interview also, and one-to-one informations we can collect. And we know various kinds of interviews also. Yes. And next one of the important part of this chapter is intelligence. And for intelligence, the prominent personality, Alfred Binet, Whistler, Gardner, Sternberg, etc. Yes. So now, Alfred Binet was the first psychologist who worked on intelligence. And in 1905, and Binet and Simon just proposed first intelligence test. Yes. And now intelligence. Binet said our ability to judge well, reason well and think well. And next, Whistler said is the general capacity of an individual's and general and aggregate capacity of an individuals to think rationally and act purposefully and deal effectively with his or her environment. So, how we think and how we act and how we adapt with our environment. And Gardner said, and various kinds of intelligences we have. Yes, intelligence is not a single entity. Yes. And Sternberg also said, how we shape with our environment, how we change, how we select with our environment. So, and theories, next, theories of intelligence. And we can divide the theories of intelligence. One is psychometric approach and other one is information processing approach. So now the psychometric approach. In psychometric approach, we just know various kinds of factors and abilities of intelligence. So what are the factors, what are the abilities are important for intelligence, and various kinds of theories of psychometric approach we know. One factor theory, and this theory was given by Alfred Binet, and he said one similar kinds of abilities or skills and we can use for problem solving, decision making, etc. And now next, under psychometric approach, the two factor theory. Spearman proposed this theory, you know, and two factor, that means general factor and S factor. General factors are common for all kinds of performance or activities, and S factor, you know, for specific abilities. Yes, suppose the academicians and the singer and the painter, and they have, you know, specific factor on that particular activities. And now next, and theory of primary mental abilities. Theory of primary mental abilities was proposed by Thurston. Yes, and the 7 factors are important for intelligence. Next, the Arthur Jensen's, you know, hierarchical model of intelligence, level 1 and level 2. And next, you know, structure of intellect model, SOI model, was given by Guilford. And 180 cells are present and 3 dimensions are present: operation, content and product. And now the information processing approach means, as our intelligent person, how we act, how we process informations, the main part in information processing approach. And the Gardner theory we call the multiple intelligence. Yes, in Gardner said, you know, his intelligence is not a single entity, and he proposed 8 types of intelligences. And linguistics intelligence, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, logical mathematical intelligence, and intrapersonal intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, musical intelligence, and naturalistic intelligence also. Yes. And now Sternberg, triarchic theory, that means 3 kinds of intelligences according to Sternberg. Yes, the componential or analytical, creative or experiential, and last one is, you know, the street smartness or contextual intelligence. Yes, and PASS model was given by J.P. Das, Jack Naglady and Kirby. Yes, and planning, attention arousal, and successive and simultaneous processing are important. Yes, thank you my children.